Yes? Good morning. Good morning, everybody online. This is Ann Kinnett, and I want to welcome everybody that has joined us online. I want to welcome everybody that is here at the center and going to be here now. It's great. It is time. So I want to say a special hello to Cindy Mesa and Dean Drury, because I know they're both watching online this morning. So hello to them. And Audrey's going, huh? Yeah? Cindy? All right. No, she's just online. She's still in Texas. So hello and good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday service. Here at CSL Bakersfield, we embrace wisdom teachings from all of human history. Welcome home. Hi, Lindsay. Good to see you again. Our vision, we are a spirit-centered, vision-led, consciousness-driven, inclusive spiritual community here to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And our mission is to create a sacred place for spiritual practice and to foster our beloved community. So I know that we have a lot of volunteers to make this service happen. We have a lot of volunteers in the kitchen this morning working on our potluck food. But we just want to recognize and acknowledge and thank the people that volunteered to make this happen. So help me thank them. Thank you, thank you. Ken Fales is one of our volunteers this morning, and he's doing the announcements for us. Thank you, Ken.
You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Full house as ever. So we request at this time that everyone silence their cell phones. Today, after service and fellowship, is our annual meeting. So please join us here to hear our annual reports and our plans for 2026. Join us to say thank you to Steve Murray for his service as president of the board. Steve's term is coming to an end, and we will vote for a new board member. The candidates are Janet Shaw and Kyle Williams. There's also a sanctuary beautification item you can see and vote on by visiting the back table in the back of the sanctuary. Please take the time to check that out. The meeting will start promptly at 11:15 a.m. Next week, for Easter Sunday, we have an exciting guest speaker scheduled, Reverend Liza Marquez from the Global Truth Center in Westlake Village. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be great. Janet Shaw and the Children's Center team have made super cute Easter baskets, so bring your little ones. And it's almost time for the second annual Tree House fundraiser. This is an event started last year by Kyle Williams to raise money for the center, and it was a huge success. I know it's going to be an even bigger success this year. It happens on Kyle's beautiful property. There's delicious food, great folks, lots of fun. It's on April 18th. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., so mark your calendars for that, please. And there's a sign-up sheet on the back table, so please RSVP on that sheet so Kyle knows how much food to make. Check out the table in the back of the sanctuary. Visit our website for info on these events and everything else going on here at CSL Bakersfield. That website is Center for Spiritual Living, Bakersfield.com. Thank you so much.
It's done. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Turn me down just a little bit. So, our congregational music this morning, we have Dan Sharman, and I know it's going to be wonderful. What are we singing?
The chant Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Yeah, just two or three words in that to really, that's all that chant is based on, and its salutations to Lord Ram. And I invite everyone to stand up and sing it along with me. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Thank you.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Well, I thought Merritt was up next, but he's not. It's Nico Grayson, our practitioner today. He's going to come forward with our reading, invocation and reading. So help me welcome Nico Grayson.
Thank you, Ann. Well, good morning, y'all. Wow, look at us shine. Beautiful energy up in here. So, our reading this morning, can you hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. Our reading this morning comes from the Science of Mind textbook, chapter 13. And it is entitled, Never Limit Your View of Life. And continuing with our theme this month, what if we never limit our view of life by any past experience? The possibility of life is inherent within the capacity to imagine what life is, backed by the power to produce this imagery or divine imagination. It is not a question of failing or succeeding. It is simply a question of sticking to an idea until it becomes a tangible reality. We have looked at poverty, degradation, and misery until they have assumed gigantic proportions. Now, we must look at harmony, happiness, plenty, prosperity, peace, and right action until they appear. When we are making demonstrations, we pay no attention to what happens in the objective world. We interpret causes by conditions only as we realize that a condition must partake of the nature of its cause. If there appears to be confusion in the condition, then there must have been confusion in the thought back of it. We pay no attention to the objective expression so long as we know we are getting the right subjective recognition. The way scientifically to work out a problem is daily in thought to conceive. And I just had a demonstration I want to share with you. Normally, I need to wear my glasses to be able to read this up here. And I just started reading no glasses. Wow, Spirit is powerful. So please join with me in our treatment. As we have gathered here today in this sacred space that is sacred because we have joined with a unified intention of unconditional love for all. And we are grateful to recognize that Spirit is always with us, always divinely guiding, directing, inspiring, and supporting us in our walk. So let us just open the doors and windows of our consciousness of our heart. And in great gratitude, we say thank you for this beautiful service today. We know and declare that as Miss Portia speaks with us today, she is blessed and she blesses us with her sharing. And so we just can simply say together in agreement, and so it is. Thank you.
Okay, and now it's Merritt Holloway. He's our special music today, and I know he's going to play the piano. Welcome, Merritt.
Okay, so I made this quick introduction, and I kind of want to read it. It's not long, but it's important. And so DWPC, that's Divine, Whole, Perfect, and Complete. So that's an acronym, and so DWPC. Nancy Bregren, she said that. But Gregory used to say we were whole, perfect, and complete. So I was going with that. But then when Reverend Nancy said divine, I had to throw that in. But anyway, so just real quick. Before the earth ever spun you into existence, before gravity ever claimed your bones, you were already a planet person, an entity in its own orbit, its own atmosphere, its own internal sun. You were not born into this world, you descended into it. And the moment you arrived, the universe whispered your designation, divine, whole, perfect, complete. You're not a passenger on this planet, you are a planet walking among planets. Your storms are weather systems, your emotions are tide, your breakthrough are tectonic shifts. So as I speak DWPC, I'm not reciting a phrase, I'm activating a celestial entity, identity. I'm reminding you that you are not small, fragile, or temporary. You are a world and a force. You are a cosmic body carrying ancient light. DWPC is not a slogan, motivation, it's not a chant. DWPC is the original condition you arrive with, the source code beneath every breath you've ever taken. It's the truth that existed before your first wound, your first doubt, before your collapse. You were divine before you knew the word. You were whole before you knew what broken meant. You were perfect before anyone tried to measure you. You were complete before the world convinced you to search for pieces. So I just want to say that. So, all right, thank you. So anyway, I'm going to sing at this song, y'all. You are divine, whole, perfect, and complete. You are divine, whole, perfect, and complete. You are divine, whole, perfect, and complete. Be yourself, 'cause you can't be nobody else. You are divine, whole, perfect, and complete. You are divine, whole, perfect, and complete. You are divine, whole, perfect, and complete. Be yourself, 'cause you can't be nobody else. Jump to it, do it. Do it like you mean it, be it. Feel it, live it. This is your time. Rise, live, breathe to the moonshine. Claim your soul, there's no better time. Don't wait till you're dead to be divine. Be divine, let your spirit shine. Divine in the mind, let the mind stay clear. Hold in your stance, keep your purpose near. Hold perfect in aim when your steps align. Complete in the body when you cross that line. Spirit ignites when the work is real. The WP is the doctrine you feel. Up before dawn when the world is still. Movement is the proof of a sovereign will. Only dreams come to sleepers, that's real. Thinking is fine, but the body must act. Prayer is a spark, but motion's a fact. Dreams stay dreams if you never ride. Execution is the truth that never lies. Don't be divine, only deep inside. Let the physical show what the spirit can't hide. Strength in the bones when the muscles wake. Power in the stride with each step you take. Purpose flows through the work you do. Divinity lands when it comes through you. Life moves quick and it won't wait long. Time hits hard when your rhythm is wrong. One life given, one path to choose. Motion is the law you can't refuse. Every breath is a moment to build. Every step is a doctrine fulfilled. Now is the moment, the only one true. Work in the present is what carries you through. Move while you're living, don't stall or delay. Strength is a habit you build every day. Divine becomes real when the body is led. You can rest later, sleep when you're dead. I said divine becomes real when the body is led. You can rest later, sleep when you're dead. Spirit aligned, but the body must move. Action is the force that makes doctrine prove. Thinking and praying won't keep you straight. Only movement calibrates fate. Now is the time, no fear, no dread. You can sleep later when your body's dead. While you're alive, let your purpose speak. Strength is earned every single week. Rise before noise, rise before doubt. Sovereignty begins when the world clocks out. Divine in the mind, but the body must show. DWPC lives in the steps you throw. Divine, whole, perfect and complete. Say it with your mind, prove it with your feet. Thinking is fine, but movement is fate. Only motion keeps your spine straight. Live right now, let the mission spread. Work while you're living, sleep when you're dead. Live right now, let the mission spread. Work while you're living, sleep when you're dead. You are divine, whole, perfect and complete. You are divine, whole, perfect and complete. You are divine, you are whole, perfect and complete. Be yourself, be yourself, 'cause you can't be nobody else. Be divine.
All right. All right.
That was definitely a merit Original. Thank you so much, Merritt. That was amazing. For years, I've told him, you got a great voice. You got to sing besides just play. I love his voice. I love him. Thank you so much, Merritt. Okay, our next item on our theme for the month today is What If? And our topic is My Journey to Signs of Mind with our speaker, Portia Choi-Chang. And I would normally introduce our speaker with a bio, but her talk, My Journey to Signs of Mind, is a bio. So I'll let her tell you herself. Please help me welcome our beloved Portia Choi-Chang. I think you want to sit. You're going to start here and then go there. Okay, I'll turn this. That's all right. I'll just move it down just a little bit for you. Good. Welcome.
Good morning. I am called by various names Miss Portia because of his Southern heritage, and Portia Choi-Chang. I often just go by Portia. My last name is not really Chang. Choi is a Americanized version of my Korean last name, which is Che, and Chang is my husband's last name. And I think some of you have already heard this joke. I said, when we got married, I said, oh, let's hyphenate our names. And my husband goes, he considers himself quite a wit. He says, I'm not a half wit, I'm a good wit, I'm a whole wit. And he says, no, we're not going to hyphenate our name. When I introduce myself, I'll have to say, I am a Timothy Choi-Chang. And he says, no, I'm not going to do it. So, well, anyways, I'm occasionally known as Portia Choi-Chang. But that is to go and share with you who I really am, because my name when I was born was Portia, not Portia at all, but Song Suk. And I will sit down so that I will be just speaking with you one-on-one. World War II ended in 1945. In 1948, my mother gave birth to me. There is a very special way in which all of the names in a family unit has the first syllable the same. For example, my sister's name is Song Jin, and my younger brother is Song Su, and I am Song Suk. My cousins on my father's side has Song Char, Song Hee, so forth, Song. When I was 2 and 3 months, we were living in the southern, in part of Korea, the middle part of Korea. And my mother was a working mother. She had gone to seminary to Japan, and equivalent to a master's. And so in those days, women could not be the preacher. So she headed up the Sunday school. My father went to the same school in Japan, and they later were assigned to the same church. And the minister was very wise and invited them both for dinner. And they got married. They knew each other. They were 2 of the students who were the oldest to ever marry. They had my sister right away. And then my father had an opportunity of his lifetime. His dream was to come to America or go to Europe to continue his education. He came from a quotes unquote a poor a farmer family. And it was my father's mother who was very into the Bible, is what I'm going to say. So the story is that she was a little bitty woman, had like 6 or 7 kids, and my father's father was a tall, very handsome man, but sort of like, I won't say good for nothing, but he was tall and handsome, but that's about it. And it was my grandmother who actually did things, you know. And so 2 of her sons became Christian ministers, one of them being my father. My father was one of the groups right after the end of World War II who were allowed to come to United States to study and a change of visa. So my father was already getting ready to come to United States, and my mother had terrible morning sickness, and she was pregnant with me. My sister was already born. 2 years and something, cute as anything in the world. She thought she had the world. She sometimes still does. And anyway, my mother had morning sickness with me, and my father would say, honey, how come you get up so early in the morning? And my mother would say, oh, don't worry. You know, it's nothing. I've been worried about you going to America. And my father would say, oh, no, should I not go? And my mother would say, no, 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 you have to go. This has been your dream. You have to go. So my father did come to United States, and he was already in United States when he found out that he had a second child, me. Okay. So here's my mother, a working mother. She had a household help, someone who would cook, a teenage relative who, you know, who needed some, I don't know, whatever, a home maybe. And she was the housekeeper, the cook, and the babysitter, but her mind was on the boys, teenage girl. And that's how I grew up. You know, and here was little Portia, you know, and Carol, and one day my mother comes, and she's, you know, putting stuff in this big, like a blanket, soft blanket, you know, dried food, some clothing, and she goes, we're going on a long walk, hurry, hurry, hurry. That's when the war started. Going for a long walk, hundreds of miles, either walking or in a train, and a 2-year-old little bitty legs. So that's what I knew about Korea, and what I remember. And I eventually wrote poems about that experience. And one of the things after the war, the Americans did not want to come into the war. You know, when the the communists came down, Korea historically was a peninsula, a gateway to the big land continent of China. So the Japan actually wanted to make Korea Japan, and there's a big long story about that. But anyway, Koreans were just, you know, they were farmers. They were connected to the land. You know, they just were people. You know, that's how we were. And I'm going to digress too much. So I'm going to keep my past fairly short, except for how I am now today. After the war, my mother kept my sister and I alive. And after the war, she used to tell me the story about how one time she was carried away by the communist soldier. And she said, and the experience was, how she would pray as she was being taken away, because in those days, anyone who were related or worked in the church or was even a Christian was considered an American or the European spy. And they were rounded up to be killed. And this one time, my mother came from one of these experiences and told me of what she did. My mother, in this line with other Christians, sang softly, "Are ye able, said the Master, to be crucified with thee?" And the humble person answered, "To the cross we'll follow thee." He said angrily, "Quiet, woman, stop your singing now." Mother said, "Your heart is cold from what you have seen, what you have known. But Jesus always loves you, loves me and all our people. I forgive you for whatever you have done, as Jesus forgives all his children." Mother said, "Let me go. What could you want from me?" And my mother prayed, "Jesus, look kindly on this soldier and look kindly on me, your humble servant who has lived only to serve you. I want to serve you for many more years. It is your will that I be shot with others. Your will be done. I pray only that you will watch over my daughters without a father. May they grow up to serve you as my husband and I have, dedicating our lives to you." As mother prayed, the soldier gruffly says, "Woman, what nonsense, keep your mouth shut." He strikes her mouth and kicks her. Mother keeps on praying, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will not fear. Soldier is mad. Stop, woman, you are dead like all the rest of you Christians and spies." Mother did not stop. She kept on praying, "Father, forgive this soldier. He is also your servant. Whatever he has done or will do, forgive him." And my mother told me this story when she finally came back to us. They were at the top of a hill. And she says, "Women, I am tired of you. You run down that hill as fast as you can." And that's how she escaped the soldier. And my mother had faith too, the time we eventually did come to United States and join my father. And what does this have to do with how I found Signs of Mind? After we came to United States together, my father was a wonderful, dedicated minister. My mother was right there with him, and he had a prosperous church. In the beginning, we didn't have, the church was small, and the attendees were all college and university students. They didn't have any money, but our home was their second home, and they would all show up right at dinner time, would you guess? And they were there, and they would talk about, their loves and their studies and their worries. But after they graduated, they made money. They were presidents of companies and all of this. And so our father's church became prosperous, and we have plenty. So I talk about the business of church because I grew up in a religious home. But I want to talk about something, how I found Signs of Mind. I went into treatment. I had treatment with psychiatrists, psychologists, marriage counselor. Guess what? My husband of 40-some years, we had problems early on in our marriage, so I went to marriage counselor. I eventually went to a fellowship that did more good for us than anything else. And we are still married. My husband is as funny or ever, but anyway, that's not here or there. But to stay focused, when I was in Los Angeles, before I came to Bakersfield about 30 years ago, I had a lovely woman who was my counselor. She was Jewish. Her husband was taken away during World War II and killed. They had one child they loved, and she brought, and in America, she started one of those preschools, for gifted children. And I also had other friends. But before I came to Bakersfield, one of my last days, I was at one of the sessions with her, and she had right on her table a bulletin. Can you believe this? And it said religious science on it. So I said, Henya, she was Jewish, you know? I said, oh, what is that? She does everything for a purpose, so I knew to ask her the question. She says, that's where I went to worship this morning. Oh, it's called religious science? Yes, I'm sure they must have one in Bakersfield. She didn't have to say anything more. When I came to Bakersfield, that's the first thing I did. They used to have those thick telephone books. I looked up the first Church of Religious Science was right there on 222 Eureka, and I came. I came through those doors. The thing that was same was this incredibly beautiful stained glass window. The look of a church on the windows inside were the same. And I looked at this beautiful window and found out that religious science is very open to all sorts of religion. You know, the symbols are all up there. And me, I grew up in the church. After my parents retired from their church of 25 years, my father started a new church, and I went to see them. My younger brother went into the ministry. He became also a Protestant minister. And, you know, my parents would say, don't come and visit us. You have to go to your brother's church to support him, because he was starting a new church for English-speaking younger members and those who were born in America. And so I got to go to the Methodist Church all the time. This is with a father who took us to the Lake Shrine of Self-Realization Fellowship. Some of you have heard of that. I found out later on, he wrote a paper on Buddhism and Christianity. My dad was a very open person, you know, and I think some of those things were instilled in me. And I was an open, and when I saw that, I go, oh my goodness. I said to myself, when I come to Bakersfield, I'm going to go to wherever I want. I'm not going to go to a Christian church. I did go to the Protestant church that I was born into. But I went to Hindu services, did meditation over there on the west side of town. I went to worship at all the various religions. And what I found was the most important thing that I found was their devotion. And I found that we're all one, and that it's all one God. And here in our church, there's been changes. You know, we have these beautiful anthuriums, they're new. Outside, there is a big tree that's always been there. And in the springtime, they have this white little flowers, and it floats down like snowflakes. That's the same. The biggest change that happened for me was right up here behind me. This beautiful curtains that match the colors of the stained glass. When that happened, I went in and out, going to different places. I cried because I was so sad. I could not come to a place which was based loosely on Christianity. And that's the faith of my parents. That's the faith that my mother had to keep us alive. And I cried. But eventually I came back because of not only of Henia Heidu, who told me about religious science. I dedicated one of those red bricks on the walkway to her. But also I met persons like Helen Shanley. Oh, Helen Shanley, was she was a practitioner here. And she was my poetry mentor. There was a lot of creativity here. I met other people, creative people. And so when I had a hard time even walking through here because it covered up the cross, I said, whatever cross meant, Christianity, what Jesus spoke about, is going to be true for me, whether there's a cross up there or not, you know? As long as what Christ says is within my heart, that's all that was important. So here I am, talking much more than what I thought I would do. But if you want to get to know me, I am more than happy to get to know you. And look at this. Did I talk about the beautiful anthuriums? Some of these plants here have been around for a long time. And there is I don't see a lot of newcomers, but there might be some newcomers here. There is a saying in one of the fellowships I attend, stay around until the miracle happened. And for me, being here is truly a miracle. It doesn't happen overnight. For me, I am comfortable here without a cross, knowing that I have whatever the cross represents for me, the love of Jesus, you know, who gave up his life and all his beautiful teachings. Look at the lilies of the field. Do they worry? No. No. And the Beatitudes, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And so with that, I have said enough, and I am very open to getting to know persons. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pardon?
Will you do a treatment?
Oh, will you want me to do a treatment? Okay. One of the most part is right here and right now. We know there is only one. The one that has made the entire universe to infinity. This one is everywhere present. This one is within me and with each one of us. I know that each one of us is blessed. Whatever worries we have, oh, give it up to the most powerful knowing. Whatever ailments we may have, blessed are whoever are with us. Those who may not be with us, but who are dear with us. For there is a healing power greater than what we have come to understand. Knowing this truth, each one of us is blessed. There is abundance in the smiles that we have. And we look for the positive, and we are open. We are open to all that you have and want to give to us. Knowing this truth, I know it is true for all of us. So I release this truth. I let it go. and we say together, and so it is.
She wants to shoot. Come on, finish.
I thought I was done, but apparently I'm not. You know that lovely lady over there, Vicki Murray? She was the baby. She was the youngest practitioner here. And she used to give courses here that I attended. Oh, this place, if you're open, oh, abundance, abundance. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's such a quiet, sweet, powerful woman. Thank you, Portia. Vicki Murray, I thought of you Friday night when we were doing class. She used to teach a group here, Know Thyself, and it was amazing. So, yeah, we've been around a long time, Portia. We sure have. Okay, Dan, wait, Merritt. Let me look. Special music, Merritt Holloway. Thank you.
Okay, just real quick, I forgot to say that I'm a mirror.
You what?
And I'm only saying that because I'm not doing anything that no one else could not do. So I just want to say that. Okay, this next song, I sang it here before. And I don't want to say it's my favorite song. All my songs are my favorite. Now, I don't mean the ones I write. Everything I play is always my favorite. But so just in a nutshell, this song is titled Be All You Could Be. I wrote it before the Army came up with it. And my best friend, he told me, well, you can't make a song that's only Be All You Could Be. It has to have more than that. Because I said, the whole song is just Be All You Could Be. Okay, but anyway, so then I came up with more lyrics, and I called it Be Yourself. Okay, but I came up with it before the Army. I wrote this song in 1978 or 75, something like that, a long time ago. And then when I decided to start trying to play it or sing it, because I had just threw it in the garbage. But anyway, when I was going to sing it here, because I never sang here before, not really, but I decided I was going to try to sing. So then I wrote some new lyrics, and so now I have some new lyrics to go with it. And then this morning I just found a new key where I was pushing myself, so I'm going to try it in the new key. I hope I could do it. Be all you could be. Be all you could be. Be all you could be. Be yourself. You can't be nobody else. Be yourself. You can do anything you want to, make your life ambitions come true. Believe in yourself and persevere. And in your mind, remove your fear, be yourself. You can't be nobody else, just be yourself. What you want to come true can come true for you abundantly. You better believe, persevere relentlessly. And consistency is the key. Be yourself. Strive to be real. and free yourself. You're not the rest, so be the best. From the universe's abundance, you were made from stardust. Meticulously, don't you know that the cosmic architect gave us life and consequence? So live in your humanity, be yourself. Be yourself. Be divine. All right.
Thank you again, Merritt. That was great. He's pretty amazing. He says he doesn't know if he can do it in a different key, but he can do it in a different key for anybody. Thank you, Merritt. I took piano lessons when I was a young person, and you cannot play the piano and sing at the same time. It's impossible, but he does it. It is hard. You're right. Okay, this is our opportunity to give back to the center all that we have received. So I auto-type, so I always like to hold my hand to my heart. If you're online, you can give that way. We have Venmo and Zelle and all kinds of good ways to give back to the center. You can give back by being of service too. So let's say our affirmation together. Today, I give in love and joy from the overflow of abundance in my life. My gift goes forward to bless and uplift, fulfilling the purpose of our spiritual community. Lives are transformed. I am grateful, and so it is. And thank you, Renee and Dar, for collecting our offering this morning. And Dan Sharman, our next special music? No, next congregational music. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. We're going to be doing another chant, Om Shanti, meaning eternal peace for all beings. I invite everyone to stand up and sing this along with me. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, 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 peace inside my mind, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my mind, God and only God I live to see. Peace inside my mind, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my mind, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, 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 Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. While you're standing, we can form that circle, and with just a few reminders, please be sure and get a prayer after service. Join us for food and fellowship. It is potluck, so if you didn't bring anything, it's okay because I saw a lot of food up there. And we'll come back after that at 11:15 for our annual meeting. So, you can say after me as you share your love with somebody, I know who you truly are. You are a unique way that Spirit is expressing. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. Welcome home. And now we'll join hands and sing the peace song.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace I was meant to be. With God as our power, family all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins